Christ is risen. He is risen indeed. Alleluia. So we've reached the end of a journey together, traveling Luke, if you will. And here we are in the last chapter. Christ has conquered death and hell. He's no longer in the tomb. And there's just a couple of little stories that remain before Luke closes the book. Now, when I read this, I have to say, I was a little jealous. That's odd, right? You read the Bible and get jealous? Well, perhaps jealous is a little bit too strong a word, but how about this? Have you ever said, when I get to heaven, I got a lot of questions I want answered? So in this story, there's two guys. They're on the road to Emmaus, two friends. They're talking about all the events that have just happened concerning the life of Christ. And Jesus appears to them, but he doesn't reveal himself. They don't realize it's Jesus, and they're chatting, and Jesus says, so, what are you guys talking about? And they look at him like he's been living under a rock, right? But then he starts to talk to them, and listen to what he says in verse 27. Then, beginning with Moses and all the prophets, he interpreted to them the things written about himself in all the scriptures. Well, just wow. He explained to them so many things that everybody wanted to know that they didn't really understand. Things we want to know, things we don't understand. So, yeah, I'm a little bit jealous. I want to know those things. Then later, when he appears again in the room with his disciples and some of his friends, here's what happens. Thus he opened their minds so they could understand the scriptures. I want my mind opened by Jesus. I want to see him. I want to hear the scriptures revealed. I got questions. But let's keep reading. Down to 48. You are witnesses of these things, and look, I am sending you what the Father promised. But stay in the city till you have been clothed with power from on high. So, the Bible's written so that Jesus is telling those people in that room that they're witnesses, that he's sending what the Father promised. You know what else? He's telling me that I'm a witness and I will receive what the Father promised. And I start to look around. And I realize that Jesus reveals to me the work of the kingdom that is happening every day all around me. And Jesus opens my mind and my heart with opportunities to be a part of that and to learn about the scriptures from it. And Jesus reminds me that he conquered death and hell and came out of that grave for me. When I start looking for God and his work in my world, I can't help but see Jesus revealed. I can't help but see the scriptures and their meanings coming alive. When I start listening and reading and praying with the expectation of encountering Christ, I do. Just like those guys on the road to Emmaus. This Easter, the season, not just the day, my prayer is that you will encounter Christ. Maybe for the first time. Maybe for the first time in a new way. Maybe in answers. Maybe being used as the hands and feet of God's work. I challenge you to watch, to listen, to know that Christ is risen and alive for you. I pray that you'll be witnesses and participants in God's work and in God's revealing. Blessings and peace to each of you this Easter season.